I was trying to think of some like bitty way to open this episode, but I couldn't think of it.
I was gonna say I'm being recorded against my will, but then that could probably get the lawyers wouldn't like that.
Yeah, you can't see the lawyers are already upset because we insinuated that George W. Bush was here last week.
What do you?
Turns out,
I'm sorry. He was here.
No,
we
remember
didn't clear
they
it
told
with
us
the lawyers.
They told us it was just Jeb Bush in a wig.
Just Jeb Bush in a wig. Yeah, no, you're right. You're definitely right.
So we do have to apologize for lying to everyone about that.
That's libel.
It's not our fault. We were given the information that he was here. We should have known.
Sounded just like him.
We should have known when he only just kept saying "please clap." Do you think anyone's gonna remember that reference?
Probably not. Well, maybe some people. Some people who didn't like him. Maybe.
What do you mean? How couldn't you like Jeb Bush? He was the beige equivalent of a person.
The beige. What does that even mean?
You know how beige is just like a sort of like middle of the road color, like
right.
It doesn't evoke any strong emotions either way.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe we can't say that. Maybe that's is that libel?
Slander? No, I think libel's in writing.
Oh, good. We're fine then.
Yeah, that's slander though.
It's only slander if he hears it. Welcome to the Garlic Boys podcast, where we treat friendship like a good recipe treats garlic. You can never have too much of it. We're your hosts. I'm Connor O'Connor.
And I'm a very clever boy.
No, you're actually Ben 10 Ultimate Clever Boy.
No, I'm 9 right now.
Oh, are you only 9? Oh.
Yeah.
Ist du clever? 9.
9. Oh man, I'm sure you guys enjoyed that. Us forsaking all funny topics and just coming up with names for the Clever Boy quizzes that I'll never earn.
I finished editing it and it was like, oh, you're at an hour and 7 minutes, and I was like, we couldn't have taken that long with the quiz, right?
It was a pretty long quiz.
I cut out 20 minutes of us talking about Ben 10.
This is like we started this podcast because we were like, we talk about this stuff all the time. Why not just like talk about it on a podcast? So like we already but we were in a groove. I think we were getting good at like concise topics where you're talking. That one was just off the rails.
The quiz just was long. I think it was a fun quiz. I enjoyed it.
Oh, me too. So much.
I just think like next time I do that, we're gonna do like 5. Like 10 movies was just too long for that.
Right. Yeah, no, I agree.
But speaking of recapping last week, how was your week, Matt?
Okay, it was pretty good. All right, work sucks. I know. So yeah, we were just having problems with people. I would say people. I don't want to name any names.
Was it Derek?
It was Derek. He was just being really lazy the whole time. And they weren't like some people just, Derek and Laura, they weren't helping out at all. So
frickin' Derek.
Yeah. No, it was just a very frustrating day where we were just kind of on our own, and it really showed. Just without frustrating everything was. And then I saw a whole bunch of houses this weekend. All of them were terrible. Every single one of them. I hated them all. No, that's not true. There were a couple that were like okay, but there was one that had like a big old hole in the roof. That was not fun.
Well, the one was really nice. You could tell it was a family home from the family of raccoons that was living in the basement.
Exactly. Actually, I was looking through the pictures on some of them, and there was just this table, all right, this big long table with a tarp over it, with just
Oh,
some sort of mound underneath the tarp. And I was like, that's a dead body. That is 99. I'm 99% sure that is a dead body. And it wasn't there whenever we went to see the house. There was nothing on the table, but I'm not kidding. This table, I'm almost positive it's like one of those drain the bodies type tables. It was made out of wood, so that wouldn't really work because usually they're made out of metal, but it had like the ridges in the side for like draining the. I'm just saying it was really sketchy. I was
mean,
really weirded out.
it could have been one for like animals.
That's very true. That's very
But
true. But
I
even
guess
so, you
it's
don't
still
want
weird to
wood.
use wood.
Yeah, because it would just soak it up and it would be
Right.
unsanitary. But I mean, some houses were like really nice, and then you pop in like the attic or the basement, and it's like freaking Gollum lives there. Like it, some of it was just so bad. And there was one place, the whole house was painted white, all of it. The fireplace, guess just take a gander at what the fire, like the little tiles on the fireplace, the color they were.
I'm gonna go with white.
No, bright yellow green.
What?
In an entirely white house, there were bright yellow green tiles all around the fireplace. The fireplace that wasn't even attached to anything. It was literally falling out of the fireplace.
Because when I think fireplace, I think yellow green.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. It was a disaster. And then we got to today. We went and looked at the final house on the list. And we were already feeling good, but pictures can be deceiving. So we definitely wanted to see it like in person. We walked through that front door and we're like, okay, yep, this is it. Like we were like, let's look around a little bit. I literally think the only problem I have with it is that the staircase to the basement where the washer and dryer is like this wide. Like it fits me, but barely, and I have to duck down to like get in there. But who cares? You know what I mean? I go down there once a week to do laundry, and then there's a freezer down there if they leave the freezer. And so we ended up putting an offer on the house, and fingers crossed in a couple days we hear back, and then we have to start spending money, which I don't have.
And then you get into escrow.
Yeah, I don't know. Listen, I don't know what that word means. I really like it's like gubernatorial. Remember we talked about that? Like,
do you remember gubernatorial?
Words like that I hear all the time, but does anybody actually know what they mean? I don't think so. I don't. I've heard of like the phrase in escrow. What is escrow?
A legal arrangement in which a third party temporarily holds money or property until a particular condition has been met.
That makes sense. So the realtor is holding the money, and then when the condition is met, they give the money. That makes so much sense. But like, I've heard that word and never decided to look up what it means, but I've heard it a billion times.
Hey, if only you had an outlet where we could learn something new, you know?
Yeah, totally. Speaking of, what's with all the bones? What's with all the jaw stuff behind you?
I'm not sure what you mean. My week was good. Thanks for asking.
I didn't care. That's why I didn't ask.
No, that's fair. It was fun. My one job, we were doing an Earth Day celebration, and we were outside on some picnic tables, and afterwards we found out that the bench was not screwed in on both sides with the heavy bolt, only on one side, and so I fell backwards and thought I had broken the bench due to my immense weight, but it wasn't my fault because it wasn't bolted down properly.
Yeah.
So I just pulled the nails out of the wood. The other adults I was with were like, "Oh, it just wasn't screwed in properly. It's not your fault." And it's like, "Yeah, you think nails just come out of wood that easily?
Well, they do. There's
No, they
nothing
don't.
holding nails in. There's nothing holding nails in. Nails are like the weakest form of putting togetherness of wood that you
No,
can get.
that's an arch.
Huh?
The arch is the weakest thing that you can do with wood. It's like you don't even know geography.
I'm well versed in philosophy. Thank you very much. I think I should know how wood is put together.
Do you want to do a geography quiz then?
I would love to do a geology quiz. It would make me so happy to do a geology quiz.
I don't have a geology quiz, but I have a biology quiz.
I can't tell you how much chemistry really gets my giggles going. So I really think that would be a good idea to do a
You want to do
quiz.
a clever street quiz?
A clever street quiz. Yeah, that would be
Hide
good.
it in. Welcome to the Clever Boy Quiz, everybody's favorite podcast segment. Matt, last week you became Ishtu Clever 9. Which
It's so good. Like I'm so happy we went with that one.
which means you are one away from winning a reward.
The penultimate episode. That's what that was.
But I doubt that's going to happen because today we are doing a quiz called My, What Big Teeth You Have.
Oh no. Okay. That's terrible. I hate this already.
I'm going to give you an animal, and you have to tell me whether or not they are a herbivore, an herbivore,
This is terrible.
or an omnivore.
A carnivore, herbivore, or omnivore.
Yep.
That's BS. All right, let's go. Are you gonna
Fun.
wait? So you're hold on. You're giving me the animal.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I give you the animal, and you tell me if they're a herbivore, an omnivore, or a carnivore.
Am I able to see said animal, or is that a no go? No go. No fly Gorgon
Matt,
phase.
why would I pick an animal you didn't know?
Because I'm not dumb. I know. I know you.
All right. We'll see if you need it. Okay. Like, it's not going to be that hard of a quiz.
Yep.
Number 1, an elephant.
An elephant. An elephant. Elephants are they can be very aggressive, especially wild elephants, obviously. I know most of their diet consists of vegetables and plants and fruits. I do know that. However, I'm not sure. I feel like how bulky they are, they would need some sort of protein, right? Like some sort of meat, I would think. That's high in protein. You know what? I'm gonna go with omnivore for 12. Peter. Your new name is gonna be Peter.
No. Final answer?
Yes, Peter. I think that's my final answer.
Well, Matt, that is incorrect. Elephants are herbivores.
You know what? It could have gone either way, you know?
Yeah, they couldn't have. Next one. Number 2. The ostrich.
Ostrich.
Yes.
Ostriches, I do know are birds. They're very big. You can actually, theoretically, a smaller person could ride an ostrich. But their legs are a little. You know what? This could go either way as well. But I'm gonna go with most birds. That's not true. That's very not true. but they don't really have a beak for picking like uh, carnivore or omnivorous birds do. I'm gonna go with just straight herbivore. Peter.
Final
That's
answer.
my final answer. Yep.
Matt, that is incorrect.
Dang it! Oh, this is gonna be a
These
rough
aggressive dinosaurs are omnivores.
quiz. Okay.
They
What do they
have
eat?
small serrated teeth with inside their beak.
Okay. 0 for 2. Love it.
It's okay. We're moving forward, you know?
Mhm.
No tricky ones yet, right?
No tricky ones at all on this quiz, I'm sure.
Exactly. Number 3, seals.
See, oh yeah, those are for sure. Oh wait, hold up. I don't know. I know they eat meat for sure, without a doubt. I know that. But whether or not they eat plants is another thing entirely. I'm just gonna go with carnivore. Carnivore, straight old carnivore. Final answer.
Matt, that is correct.
Woohoo!
Seals are
Thank you, Peter.
carnivores. And I believe they often will eat penguins, at least like the southern seals.
Yeah, I know like sea lions, like the bigger ones. I know they
Mhm.
tend to eat penguins, but most of them eat like small fish. The smaller guys do.
But yeah, there you go. You got one right.
Woo.
Congratulations.
Nice. Thank you.
Number 4, the raccoon dog.
The raccoon dog? Is that like a the raccoon dog? If it's anything like a raccoon dog, I would say that probably is omnivorous. I never heard of a raccoon dog, however.
That raccoon dog is what Zigzagoon is based off of.
Oh, really? Is it actually a dog? Like, are these domesticated dogs? Or are these like wild animals?
Raccoon dog.
I've never heard of a raccoon dog, if I'm being 100% honest.
That's wild to me.
Yeah, no, it is. Common raccoon dog. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. Those are domesticated, but we need to domesticate those fellas now.
Yeah, I don't think they're
Oh,
domesticated.
oh my gosh. I love these so much. They're so cute. Hello, buddy. Oh, hello. It looks like a raccoon. It really does. Based on that fact alone, and that most dog canine animals are meat eaters as well as plant eaters. Yeah. Now I'm gonna go with omnivore. Omnivorous. Omnivorous.
Final answer?
Final answer, Peter.
That is incorrect.
They're just carnivorous?
They're just carnivorous.
Dang it. All right, that's fair.
It's okay. Going through it. You
Mhm.
didn't know that one as well as you do with other animals, you know?
Never heard of that animal
It's
ever
gotta,
in my life.
right, exactly. You got to do one that you do know.
Yeah, yeah.
Number 5, the green iguana.
The green iguana?
The green iguana.
Okay, those 100%. I'm almost 99% positive. Are omnivorous. That's my final answer, Peter.
That is incorrect.
What?
They are herbivores.
Okay.
That's why they're green.
Right. But you can still be green and also be omnivorous.
Name one green omnivorous.
Animals that are green that are omnivorous. I don't know many green animals.
Well, there you go.
Giraffes. Giraffes are the antithesis of that. They're entirely herbivorous and they are not green.
Yeah, it's not. It's like squares and rectangles, dude.
Right.
Just because a square is a rectangle doesn't mean a rectangle is a square.
Right. Totally. Yeah. Okay. Next question.
A rectangle is defined as two pairs of equal sides. So a square fits that definition, but a square is four equal sides. So a rectangle doesn't fit that definition.
I see. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Number 6, a tapirus.
Oh, what?
A tapirus.
I don't know what that is, even slightly. Is that a bird? Is that some kind of sauce? How do you expect me to guess if I don't know what the animal is?
Use context clues.
There are no context clues, Connor. Thank you.
Are you sure?
100%.
What right answers have we had so far?
What right answers have we had so far?
Yeah, what are the right answers so far? Would you like me to refresh your memory?
Sure.
Herbivore, omnivore, carnivore, herbivore.
So if I was going based on context clues, it would probably be omnivore. However,
Right.
I don't know what the animal is.
Right. So
Never
what would your
heard of
guess
the
be?
animal. I guess omnivore.
Would you like me to know what Pokemon is based off of this animal?
Sure.
Drowsy.
Oh, okay.
Do you still want to go with omnivore?
Yeah, why not?
I'll tell you why not, because it's incorrect. It is a herbivore.
All right.
Sorry,
That was
I don't know if you realized what
intentionally
your
misleading.
I don't know if you realized what your face was, but it was just
Mostly because it was intentionally misleading, but that's fine. That's fine too.
well, I have to have some fun, you know?
Yeah, totally. I can't wait to give you the next quiz. I'm just so excited.
Number 7,
Mhm.
hedgehog.
Hedgehog. Oh boy. Oh boy. I want a little hedgehog. I would love to get a little hedgehog. I'm going to go with herbivore just because I'm not sure if they eat meat.
They're just a little
probably be
guy.
the answer. Right. I do know they eat plants. So I'm pretty sure they're herbivores at least. So I'm just going to stick with what I know and I'm going to do herbivore.
What is your basis of knowledge for hedgehogs?
Connor.
I just want to talk to you about a hedgehog. Is that fine?
Yeah. But how can I trust anything you say when you literally just intentionally misleaded me a question ago?
I mean, fair.
Herbivore, they mainly eat nuts and fruits, I think.
Okay.
Because that's all their little tiny mouths can handle.
Right. Unless
they eat meat, you know?
Right.
I'm just sticking with herbivore.
All right.
Final answer.
That's incorrect.
Okay.
But I know when you think carnivore, you're probably picturing like a hedgehog like biting into a cow. They can
Not
eat bugs,
really.
dude.
Isn't the definition of carnivore eating meat? Bugs don't have meat.
Small animals like that, though, like they can eat things like that.
Okay.
Speaking of, number 8, earthworm.
Earthworms, I'm pretty sure they can go through decaying matter. And in that case, I mean, technically, they could be considered carnivorous, but because they eat just whatever's in front of them, like as long as it's, soft enough that they can and then poop it out. I guess it just depends on what we consider to be meat, because I don't think they just go up to meat and start munching on it. But they could go through soft enough decaying matter. I'm gonna go, just trust my gut on this. I'm gonna go with herbivore. Final answer.
That is incorrect.
Okay.
Matt, decaying matter.
Mhm.
What was that at one point?
Okay, but then you get into the philosophical question of what was anything at one point. Everything has been recycled
If
to
I'm
the
eating a
point where
steak,
everything.
if I'm eating a steak,
Yeah.
is that still meat?
Oh yeah.
Even though that cow is dead, is it still meat?
Yes.
So if a worm eats the carcass of a dead animal,
I didn't know earthworms ate carcasses of dead animals.
they can. That's part of like what makes them omnivorous.
Oh. See, I was picturing in my head like they're just eating the ground, and decaying matter would be already decayed somewhat. It would be a different compound essentially. Like it was meat, yes, at one point, but it has been turned and decayed by and processed by the ground slightly. So that's why I just said
There are the things that process it.
okay. Gotcha.
Number 9. Pigs.
Oh, pigs are omnivorous. I know they eat meat, and I know they eat like grains and stuff. So that's omnivorous. Final answer.
That is correct.
You were trying to scare me with the pen click. I know you were.
Fun fact I learned from Criminal Minds, which is a television show made of fictional scenarios. And like maybe it's not true, you know. Sometimes people on TV make things up. I can't tell you if this is true or not, but apparently pigs will eat whatever you put in front of them.
Mhm.
So on the show, the unsub for that week decided that it was the great way to get rid of bodies. That's what Criminal Minds said. That's not what I'm endorsing. Just
as a criminal justice major, myself, I can say without a shadow of a doubt that's definitely not possible. Don't try it.
there's always evidence.
I mean, they can go. They totally can go through the stomach contents for like up to several months. So yeah, I wouldn't even try it. I wouldn't try it. It's probably a bad idea. Just because the police will always get you. You know, criminals. You know, they'll always get you.
If they're your pigs, maybe.
Connor, come close, a little bit closer. I'm trying to trick criminals, trying to trick them here so that they don't feed people to pigs, so that they don't know that it's completely possible for a pig to eat and digest something very, very quickly. I'm trying to dissuade people and trick them into thinking it's not a good idea or possible at all.
So it's bad to tell them just use somebody else's pig so that doesn't get tracked back to them.
I mean, it could still be tracked back to them, I think, in ways, because there's more ways than just the modus operandi, the MO of the killer, to find out connections. So I don't think that's a foolproof way to get out of people, the police finding the connection.
When you were walking across the stage and you were standing there smiling, waving at all of us watching you graduate, did you ever think that you'd be using what you learned on a dumb podcast that you started with me?
Honestly, I was hoping to use it in a job, but I'm currently not. I'm currently in a job that does not require me to use any police skill whatsoever. Just have a gun strapped to my side.
Yeah, it's fun to be one of those people that went to school for a degree and then you're not using your degree.
It's lovely. It's really refreshing to have all those student loans and all that debt and all that amazing stuff that you're not
Right?
using at all.
Like you have
I
all
love
the
it.
debt and none of the payoff. It's
Exactly.
fantastic.
It's wonderful. I love it.
All right. Number 10.
Last one. I could still pull this off. I got two right. I don't think I can pull this off. It's helpful.
Number 10. A marten.
Oh, what?
A marten.
A marten.
You can go
Mar-
ahead and look that one up if you'd like.
Martin Short is a human, and they are
I'm going to need you to
traditionally
share that with me, though.
Marten. Oh, share the screen.
Yeah, like a Doc Martin.
Like a Doc Martin. So is it Martin?
Ian.
En. Okay. Is it sharing?
Mm-hmm.
Cool beans. Oh yeah, this is exactly what I thought it was. No, I'm okay. Yeah.
Have you heard of a marten before?
I have actually heard of a marten before, but I think it was more of like in like a. You know what? I actually think I remember the exact book it was in. I can't remember the name of it, but it was about this little field mouse that like tried to find a home. Yeah, they were trying to find a home, and they eventually did find a home. There was a marten in it at some point because they are. Oh, I'm gonna go with omnivorous just because I know for a fact they eat meat. However, I think they also eat other things to sustain their diet. And I know it's a ferret-like animal, and I'm almost 100% positive ferrets eat something other than meat as well. So I'm going to go with omnivore.
Final answer.
Final answer, Peter. Peter. Oops. He's going to drink the entire Dasani water bottle before he answers me if it's a correct answer or not.
Oh, it's fully incorrect.
What?
They're carnivores. They don't eat plants.
Are you kidding me? Okay.
That's why I kept asking if you were sure.
Right. But sometimes that's a tactic you use to make me second guess myself, and I
I have
tend not to trust
never
that.
once played any tricks on you or used a tactic to make you feel less confident in an answer.
All right, listeners, if you go to 10 minutes and 32 seconds in, you can hear that Connor did, in fact, trick me into picking the answer that I totally was not going to go with.
I don't think that's the right timestamp, but whatever.
You know what? You'll find it. You'll find it. You probably listened to it 2 minutes ago. So
would you like the
the bonus question?
The bonus, yeah.
Yeah, I'd love the bonus question.
Sure. Okay. Which of these is not an apex predator?
An apex predator. That's like top of the food chain, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
A saltwater alligator, a lion, a great white shark, or a honey badger?
Ooh, that's interesting. The first instinct would be to go for the honey badger because they're small, and something like a mountain lion could probably eat a honey badger. They're big, but they're not that big. But I know I'm 75%. I'm 95% lions are. The third one was a great white. Yeah, nothing really eats great white, so I'm going to assume that's except humans. Are humans included in this list, or is it just the animal kingdom? That's not very fair. I'm gonna. Do we really? I mean, we eat them for their fins, but we don't really. We're definitely apex predators as far as that goes. But theoretically, none of these would be apex predators because we can kill whatever we want. I mean, there's laws around it, but humans can have the means to kill whatever they want, which means humans are the apex predators above all, theoretically.
These are the apex predators of their ecosystem.
Of their ecosystem. Okay, then I'm gonna go with humans not being involved then. Because humans are in every ecosystem. No, I'm just kidding. Lions, yes. Great whites, yes. Honey badger, that's a interesting one. I assume the crocodile. Connor, this is not fun. This is not fair. Okay. I'm gonna go against my inclinations. As bad an idea as that might be, I'm gonna go against my inclinations, and I'm gonna go with the alligator.
Final
Not
answer?
being final answer.
Matt, it's actually the great white shark.
What eats a great white shark?
Killer whales have been observed to be more predatory towards great white sharks, while there isn't anything that is that makes the great white shark the killer whale its prey, making it the apex predator for that food chain.
That's fair. I guess that's fair.
I really thought honey badger was gonna throw you off more.
It did. It threw me off quite a bit. I'm actually kind of surprised that it is the apex predator.
Yeah, they're wild. Like when you think of like wild animals, mainly because they're like woodland creatures in like Great Britain.
Right. There's not a lot of huge apex predators there.
Right. And then saltwater alligators, of course, in like rivers and streams and things like that. And then lions are the kings of the jungle.
Right. That's why that one was like, it was on the list, but like it wasn't really on the list. It was like a gimme one. Okay,
that one was that was like when you your teacher intentionally gives you a joke answer on a test.
Oh, I loved teachers like that. I hated teachers that took everything so seriously. I loved it when they were like making it a little easier because you could go through 70, 100 questions all day long, every day, and it's gonna get terrible. It's gonna suck. That's why people fail at tests. I mean, that's not the only reason, but we can talk about assessments and how stupid they are another day. For now, we should start with your topic.
Well, we got to end the quiz segment first, but
all right, then we can go to your topic.
Yeah, so that is another loss for you.
Dang.
That puts you at 6 for this cycle around.
Nice. That's pretty great. If I'm being 100% honest, I'm chill. I'm chill.
It's not bad. Yeah.
It's 4 episodes and I could be, in the doghouse, so to speak.
But 1 episode and you can be rewarded.
Could
beyond
be
your wildest dreams.
The reward's like a drink from Sheets or something. That's a great reward.
It's gonna be a great reward, trust me. Once I figure it out.
So you get me skydiving lessons?
Yeah, but you have to buy your own parachute. But you are still Ich bin ein clever boy 9.
That's totally, definitely not what it was.
Yeah, Ich bin clever 9.
Okay.
And just another fun fact, a game I was playing today was How Mad Can I Make Matt?
Oh, yeah. Love those games. Love them so much.
It was like a small mini game because I wanted to hear you say you hated me again because I missed that portion of it. So
I've gotten better at that, Connor. I've gotten much better at that.
Oh, yeah. No, you're silently raged at me throughout this entire thing.
Yeah.
And I think it's good that we can't always see the other person when the other person is talking, because the faces you were making at me, honestly, like if I went missing into a pig pen, you would probably be the main suspect.
Please don't say that. You could literally make me lose my entire job if that happens to you.
I'm
If
just
any of these
kidding.
listeners, if the people in Colombia that are listening, the one person I shouldn't use, that's a stereotype. I probably shouldn't use that. If the people in New Zealand, the one person in New Zealand who listened to our show comes no, let's use the one guy from, was it
Do not
Germany?
do not villainize our Brussels listener.
Listen, I'm just saying, if one of our listeners from who knows where comes over and is like, I can get away with a murder, at least one in my lifetime, just by killing Connor and framing Matt for it, please don't do that. That would be terrible.
For anyone listening that may consider this as evidence, we've already discussed how Matt does not want to live without me, so I do not believe he has it in him to kill me, because he is not a strong boy.
If I did, I'd probably take myself out too at the same time.
Right.
It'd be murder-suicide for sure. This is getting dark. Can we talk about the picture behind you where it says Buchanator? Buchanator?
Oh, dude, I just found this online because we were doing
Yeah.
the main difference between herbivores, carnivores, and omnivores are the type of teeth that they have.
Right.
And so
right.
I think this is a human mouth, but like the way you can tell they're an omnivore is you have the sharper teeth up front here, like your front incisors, your canines, things like that are good for ripping into meat. But then you have your molars and stuff in the back that are good for crushing up fruits and vegetables and like plant stuff, and so that's why humans are omnivores. And like you could tell, like going through the generations that we've been omnivores, because our teeth have evolved to be able to handle both meat and vegetables.
Right. But what I was getting at was, it kind of sounds like Dr. Doofenshmirtz named this part of the mouth.
The buchanator.
And
I will use your wisdom teeth to take over the process.
Actually, that's probably valid. He'd probably make the Buchanator Itor or something like that. Buchanator Itor. And collect everybody's wisdom teeth that they got removed and use it to power. Yeah, that's actually Phineas and Ferb episode. They're bringing it back. Phineas and Ferb ideas. Dan Povenmire, please
hit us up.
Please.
We got an idea for you, dude.
I think we should tag Dan Povenmire in this TikTok video.
It's good that now we have our promo clip that we're going to use.
Yes.
There we go.
I like it. I love it.
And then we're just going to cut it here.
Yeah. Yeah. Dan Povenmire, please do hit us up. I would actually kill for that.
Oh, that would be so sick. But yeah, did you want to go out of order and start with me? Because
I absolutely did. We got to change things up sometimes. Got to keep people on their toes.
No.
Yeah.
You don't have a topic, do you?
I do. But
that's a no. That's a straight up no.
By people, I also included you. Yeah, I got to keep you on your toes because I'm the co-host of this, and I have the right to change it up if I see fit.
Oh yeah, because I do so well with changes in my routine.
Dude, same. I'm not gonna go too much into that, but same.
Oh, speaking of, did you take your medicine today?
I did. This is the first day I almost forgot to take my medicine.
Proud of you.
I've been pretty good. I don't think this medicine's helping at all, even slightly. But we'll see.
We're gonna do weekly check-ins with you and see how you're feeling, because
love it.
Self-care and taking medication when needed is important, and we're gonna be beacons of hope to many young children that will forget to take the medicine that helps them remember to take their medicine.
Don't go through your life like I did with the lovely parents that I have that were afraid of the doctor. Don't go through your life missing out on so many good things, like
Yeah.
getting diagnosed with ADHD
Yeah,
at a young age. It's so much easier.
who would be afraid of the doctor? That's wild
Who?
to think about.
Nobody. Definitely not Connor.
I'm not afraid of them. They just don't know what they're talking about.
Oh yeah, the doctor that went probably 8+ years of medical school doesn't know what he's talking about, or he or she. I should apologize. They are talking about. You don't know what they are talking about.
A man and his son were in a terrible car crash. The dad dies and the son is rushed to the hospital. But when they get there, the doctor says, I cannot operate on this boy, for he is my son. Why couldn't they operate?
I'm sorry. Am I a doctor? Am I a doctor? Do I know the things, the rules of doctorhood? Okay, I'm sorry. A man and his son. A man and his son are in a terrible car crash.
The dad dies.
The
The
dad
son
dies.
is rushed to the hospital.
Right.
When they get there, the doctor says they cannot operate. That is their son. How could that
Right.
be?
Right. Could be sperm donor. The dad could be the adopted dad, theoretically. Yeah, I would say those are the two likely scenarios. Adoption or sperm donor.
There's a third option, Matt, and you're gonna hate yourself for this one. The doctor's his
Two
mom.
dads. Oh, that too. That too. I was thinking two dads, but that was
Yep.
That's an internal bias that I need to
that
get
was
over.
a real
Thinking-
time decision Matt made to just forget that women can be doctors.
I also think the problem comes from who's saying it, because you are a man, and I just automatically assume the person talking was also a man because they had a man voice, like you, because you were saying it.
Sorry, let me do it again.
If a woman was telling me this riddle, it's theoretically possible that I could have gotten over my internal biases that I need to fix.
Sorry,
Who
let's close your eyes. Let's try this again.
Okay, I got my eyes closed.
Okay. A dad and his son are in a terrible car crash, and the dad dies, and the son is rushed to the hospital. When they get there, the doctor says, I cannot operate on this boy, for it's my son. How can this be?
I'd like to go with adoption for 100 feet. Oh, shoot! My internal biases got me again.
You forgot that women can be doctors.
My internal biases got me again. No, women can be sometimes better doctors than men. Who knows? I do. I've experienced it.
Yeah. I don't like having I know a few episodes ago I talked about my experience with counseling and everything, but I had a male counselor at one point, and I don't think he was good at it. And so, like, in my opinion, in that way, the female counselor I had was much better. And so I also believe probably more often than not that women are going to be better physicians and caretakers. Not because of any gender roles. I just think that they're not as confused as men are. Because honestly, I know a lot of men, and the amount of times I've seen them get distracted by a shiny object is wild to think that that person's in charge of your medication. I also all right, we're fully skipping my pre-planned topic this week. We're getting into doctors.
Pre-planned as in like 20 seconds before the episode. Pre-planned.
You don't even have a topic. I don't want to hear it.
I do too. I have my last week topic. I just don't like it.
Last week topic. Then we'll talk about this, and then we'll go into my topic.
Okay. Good.
Oh, I lost it. No, I'm back.
Oh, no.
The reason I don't trust doctors is because I've just had so many bad experiences with them. They're like I like to say that I'm being held together with zip ties and duct tape, because myself as a person, just like, if I told you all the things that are wrong with me.
Connor literally embodies one of those like vehicles in a state that doesn't have inspections, that's literally held together by duct tape and zip ties. I mean, quite literally, I've seen so many cars that are just duct tape.
That's me. And because this state doesn't require my inspection, well, now it does because of my job. But excuse me. But before that, I wasn't going to the doctors regularly because when I would go and would tell them like what I was feeling and what was going on in my life, they would go, "Well, that's okay. Like we don't have to worry about right now. I'm more concerned about your weight."
Mm, they would
And
always default to that.
right. And
Right.
like I have no misconceptions about me. I am fat. I own a mirror. And but like when I had a twitch in high school because I got dropped on my neck and I couldn't control it and I was scared for you then telling me, "Well, I'm more concerned about getting your weight under control." Yeah, I get like long term I shouldn't be fat because now I have high blood pressure and all these other things that are wrong with me.
Right.
But also I had a twitch,
Right. Like
like a
I
pretty
sometimes
noticeable one.
right. I sometimes feel like doctors. I absolutely. This is not. This segment is not to like scare people from the doctor because you can find amazing doctors out there.
Right.
All so amazing doctors, but bad experiences with doctors do exist. And they can be prevalent. So I mean, you have to keep trying until you find a good doctor, which can be discouraging. However, I feel like a lot of times with you know, being overweight, it can be difficult. I don't know why they have a hard time like looking at the real matter because not everything is weight related. You can be extremely healthy, and still be overweight. And there's plenty of factors that play into that. But you
Right.
can still be extremely healthy, be overweight, and then have an underlying problem that is not weight related. Does that make sense? Like,
Yeah. And like the biggest example I have for like where a doctor failed me because of my weight was in high school. I passed out during homeroom one day.
mm,
My mom took me to the hospital. I got checked out. They ran some tests and everything, and this ER doctor looks at us and goes, "Well, what happened was that you have an enlarged heart because of your weight, and your heart is pushing on your lungs. You weren't able to breathe well enough, and you passed out. Lose weight, you're free to go." Well, I
okay.
struggled to breathe for the rest of that. Like I was having some trouble breathing for the rest of that week, and then next week I passed out again. This time I wasn't at school; I was at home, and so it wasn't like as big of a deal. But my mom took me to the doctors again. I got checked out. Same hospital, different ER doctor. I got a female doctor this time. The first one was a male doctor.
Mm-hmm.
This doctor decided to run, I guess, a different kind of test, or just was more well informed on what bronchitis looks like,
Yeah.
and was like, "No, he has bronchitis." And so they gave me a rescue inhaler and a breathing treatment while I was at the hospital. And then they were like, "Just if once you start feeling out of breath again, take this, you'll be fine." And I was good. I was better in like a week or two.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then when I got mono, this is what I'm talking about being held together with duct tape. I think we've been over my 4 different lung diseases, but
Yeah.
when I got mono, I went to the same hospital and got the first doctor again, and it took this man 12 hours to figure out that I had mono, and then decided that the best way to deal with it, uh, or well, to deal with my transfer to a different hospital, was to air flight me in a helicopter and give me a trach so that they can control my breathing. And I looked at him in the face and I go, "I'm not doing that. You can get in an ambulance and you're not cutting into me."
Mm.
And I was 16 at this time, and like I just full on just told an adult man like no. And this smug dude went, "What?" And looked at my mom for like, "Tell him he's wrong." And she goes, "You heard him."
Oh, supportive mom for the
Oh,
win.
one of Cindy's most
Go
solid
Cindy.
moments.
Listen, that's precisely what I'm saying is they can overlook serious things just because they're automatically assuming through it. The way I like to go into the doctors, I know all of them are very smart. I know that. They couldn't have gotten through med school if they weren't extremely intelligent.
Right.
The way I think of doctors is essentially Dr. House, where he has so many like biases and he has so many just like prejudices about so many different things that they literally blind him to the real problem. And he sits there the whole episode and he tries to find out this problem. And he's always like, it has to be because of this. It has to be because of this. And then he gets smacked in the face with what it really is because he was literally assuming it was those things. That's the way I try to look at it. But
It's
it's
just
frustrating.
it's one of the many failures of the American health system.
Mm.
I mean, I've never participated in any other health systems, but also, I think the worst experience I ever had with a doctor was the night that you took me to the hospital because I accidentally drank Anthony's peanut butter milkshake.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just us. I think who else was there? I know Galen was there, and one other person, right? Was
Maybe it was Riley?
mm,
No, maybe it wasn't. I
no,
really don't remember.
maybe it was Thomas. I don't know. There was a few of us there,
Mm.
and like my body was going through anaphylactic shock, and it was late at night, so I fell asleep. Well, after they did the breathing treatment, the doctor comes back in. This man, instead of like gently waking me up or like just being like, "Hey, excuse me, wake up," like grabs me by the leg and shakes me awake and goes, "We gave you the breathing treatment. You're good to go. Don't eat peanuts again." And then walked out of the room.
Oh my gosh. This bedside manner, it's not hard to have. Like I was just talking with my coworker about this, not bedside manner specifically, but just like talking with other humans. Like when I am, no matter what kind of day I'm having, I do my best to have an air of like, customer service in a way. Like, hey,
Right.
have a great day with a smile on my face. And then I'm not even kidding. The second I turn around, smile drops and I have a bad day. I just continue on having a bad day.
Right.
But like, it's not hard. It's really not hard to come to say to somebody, hey, buddy, like, wake up, you did this and this, like with an empathetic or sympathetic, I guess, whatever tone, to make sure that they are not, panicking,
Right.
that's the whole point of having bedside manner in a hospital or ER or anything like that as a doctor, is to make people feel better, not worse about their situation.
Also, like, what if I wasn't asleep, dude? And like you come up
Yeah.
with that attitude and like I'm in trouble. Like I get like I'm hooked up to a monitor and everything, but like
Monitors aren't foolproof,
right.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just it's wild. It's wild. Absolutely wild. Gotta love this country. I mean, just gotta love people in general. It's all
People
around.
are fantastic. Oh. Well, that tangent aside, Matt, do you know the question of would you rather fight um like 10 uh
Horse-sized gooses
horse
or something. Yeah.
duck-sized horses or one horse-sized duck?
Yeah.
Um how how many oh, how did I want to phrase the question? So like if you were gonna do like I guess which one would you rather like let's restart.
Okay.
You know the age old question, would you rather fight a duck-sized horse or like 10 horse-sized ducks?
Nope. It is. It I think
Nope.
it's
Did I mess that up again?
yeah. One horse-sized duck or
Right.
10 duck-sized horses.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you're familiar
Yeah.
with the prompt.
I am familiar with it, yes.
Which one would you choose?
Without a doubt. No hesitation in my mind. 10 horse-sized ducks. No.
Right.
Sorry.
'Cause
No. 10 duck-sized horses.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I can start by punting them.
Oh, yeah.
They're pretty easy to punt or step on.
If it's a horse, it's got the legs and like you can just get underneath of it and just go. What?
Oh yeah. Yep. Yeah,
But
it's like a perfect foothold just to lift it up into the air.
my
There's 10
question
of them.
though with that, do you think you could only handle 10, or like how many do you think you could take?
I don't want to fall into the normal hubris that most people fall into with these, like the kindergartner question, where it's like if you fought like waves of like first graders and then like one fifth grader every certain ways or something like that. I don't remember
Right.
how many kids do you think you could hold back? And I'm like,
There is a website that can calculate that based on like your real
really?
life stats.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. I
Hold
love
on.
that so much. I will say, as you're typing that out, the answer to the original question, I would probably be able to take out more than 10 horse-sized ducks. However, if they're starting to hit my shins with their, like, if they're, doing that little back kick into my shins, oh man, that will hurt so bad. It's like a razor scooter. It's like a razor scooter to the shins.
I couldn't find the real one, so we're just gonna take the BuzzFeed one.
Right. Okay.
How many 5-year-olds can you realistically take in a fight?
5-year-olds, yeah.
How would you describe your physique? Average, carved out of stone, skinny, or dad-esque?
Dad-esque, whole 100%.
Are you willing to do whatever it takes to win this fight?
Absolutely. If this was a fantasy realm and murder was not on the table, absolutely. Yes.
That's how I always think about it. Is like, especially in like D&D combat, for some reason that's where my head goes. Like these are like either humongouses or like zombie kids that are like, I have to take them down or they're gonna take me down.
Right. Yeah.
Have you ever actually beat up a 5-year-old?
No. I can't say that I have. No.
Legally, you can't say, because there is a button that says I refuse to answer this question.
I've wrestled a 5-year-old.
Right.
Because I've done a lot of I have a lot of nieces and nephews where they have decided to try and tackle me. So yeah, all at the same time, but nonetheless. So yeah, but I can't say that I've ever beat one up. No.
What's your 5-year-old whooping strategy? Stand still and have them come at me one by one using their flawed attack strategy against them. Swing my arms around like a helicopter, hoping to knock 5-year-olds on the front line backwards into other 5-year-olds, thus creating a sort of domino effect with their tiny bodies.
Yep.
Take things as they come. 5-year-olds are unpredictable. Or attempt peace.
Oh no, attempt piece is boring.
Right.
I definitely think so. None of those really fit what I would do. I think like the traditional one is like grab them by the arms or legs and just like swing them around in circles. But then I would get dizzy and then I'd have to like kind of take it as it comes. Probably the first one, the attack strategy thing.
Have them come at me one by one.
One by one, yeah.
How many fights have you actually been in?
That's a good question, Connor.
I got too many to count. Only a few. Never been in a fight.
Then I've been in less. I've been in more than 0. So to the second one,
only a few.
Only a few.
Would you describe yourself as a person that can be climbed easily?
Ooh.
Absolutely or absolutely not?
I would have to go with absolutely not.
All right. And then this is, are you a male or female? The answers are, I am a male, I am a female. I am a male but wearing a protective cup. I'm coming from football practice, or I do not identify as a male or female.
I'm sorry. Oh boy. In this situation, if I had time to prepare, I would be wearing the cup. If I didn't have time to prepare, just the regular male. I think we should go with that because I'm not a football player.
Yeah, I'd say if you don't wear a cup in your like at least some point in your daily life, then probably not.
Right.
Um, do you have any self-defense training? Yes, no, or no, because this isn't self-defense. This is all-out war.
I do like that answer, but I do have some self-defense training, so I probably would have to go with that answer.
Okay. If need be, would you be willing to use one of the 5-year-olds as an improvised weapon?
Oh, yes, absolutely. I
Here,
did already say that.
here are the answers. Just call me Derek Jeter. Please do not call me Derek Jeter. Or no.
I don't know. I mean, I know he's a
Oh.
sports player.
It's a very famous baseball player, Matt.
Baseball player. I didn't think it was baseball. I kind of thought it was basketball in my head for some reason. Okay, baseball player. Oh, like swinging like a bat. Then yes, call me Derek Jeter.
One thing that I like about this show is you make me look like a jock.
Yeah, that's true.
And this last one is what age group do you fall in? 22 to 30.
Yeah.
It looks you got 31.
31 kids, 5-year-olds.
Wow, you have quit your day job yet? Sorry. Wow, have you quit your day job yet? You should quit your day job. Your new job, punching little tykes. Keep your eye on the prize. 31.
That's amazing. I could take out 31 5-year-olds.
You're a menace to society, Matt.
I wonder how many you could take out. We can discuss that at a later time. We don't need to
Yeah,
do that whole thing all over again.
I could take it real quick. Here,
what
I'll
you
just take
could
it
do-
real quick and then I'll just cut it out. Well, Matt, I just took the quiz and I got a near infinite amount.
What?
I got a
How?
whole paragraph here. Hold on. Ready for this? You are the alpha and the omega of beating up 5-year-olds. You are the universe of beating you are the universe of beating up 5-year-olds. You are an endless void, constantly expanding your potential of whooping little ones. You are the first line of defense.
Okay. I want to point out that you answered one question differently than I did. One. No, one question differently than I did. So that's just proof that
I'm a better
this-
fighter than you are.
no, it's proof that these are randomized answers. 100%. They're completely randomized. They have nothing to do with the questions you answer.
Well, thank you all so much for listening to this week's episode of the Garlic Boys. Since Matt clearly didn't have any confidence in his topic, we're just going to cut there for today. It's not his fault. We did talk about his topic last week, and we did have to cut it out because, like I said, the Clever Boy quiz took way too long.
Wait, so I didn't talk about my topic because I was like, we had kind of already talked about it all. Like everything we had to say was in the last episode. It wasn't even in it.
Well, if you'd like to hear that or any other clips that we have taken out of our episodes, you can look on our Patreon for the Garlic Boy clips, as well as our exclusive Patreon shows, like the Garlic Press and some other fun things that might be coming your way. You can also find us on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. All of those are a great way to support us. Patreon is a great way to support us financially. And if you'd like to watch video versions of the podcast, you can check those out on youtube.com/@thegarlicboys. Those go up weekly on Wednesday, and we'd love for you to interact with those as well. And just a quick thing. I don't know. Maybe nothing will come out of this, but like, hey, you gotta shoot your shot sometime. If you'd like to partner with us in any way, such as a sponsor of the show or all of that, you can always email us. The email for us is in the description of the episode. It is thosegarlicboys@gmail.com. Who knows? Maybe someone will email us, but we'd happy to talk about that and discuss that. And who knows? Maybe we'll get a sponsor for the show, Matt.
Maybe. We would love to do commercials for you.
We'll do commercials. I'll do Look, I may not be able to read, but I can do an ad read. I'll tell you that right now.
Oh yeah. We'll do some really great ad blocks for you, and you will love them. They'll be the best ad blocks you ever hear for your particular company or persuasion.
Yeah. Matt, any final thoughts?
I don't have any final thoughts. No.
And then I ripped my pants. And on that note, thank you for listening. And remember, as always, to stay garlicky. I did actually rip my pants this week.
Oh, nice.